Okay, time to go.
I think it is.
Alright, we're heading to the 127 yard sale. We've been several years. We're going to spend 3 days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But we're going to spend a couple of nights at Lake Cumberland, and we're going to try to enjoy 3 days of yard sale.
Yep, and Lake Cumberland is our typical stop for 2-night stay, and wondering what kind of treasures we're going to find.
We don't really need anything, but it's still fun to look.
I know.
All
It's
right.
okay if we don't spend any money.
Here we go. Sun is bright. Gonna be I think a nice 3 days. I don't think they're calling for just a slight chance of rain on any of the days. So. This is the most booths I've seen set up since we've been coming, I think. A lot of people here. This is another stop that we usually make. A lot of booths on this property. You go all the way to the top of the hill up there. There's another row here and another row over there. Did you drink water?
Not yet.
First prize of the day.
And what is it?
It's a door stop. See, this goes under the door. And I doubt if it's super old, because the fella had two of them. And, you know, he could have just found two, but I like shell stuff, so that's what I bought. Alright, we're in line to leave. This one here, looks like it's going to take us a while to get out because it's really getting busy. This is just some of the parking.
And we've seen plates from South Carolina, West Virginia, Texas, Illinois, Ohio, of course Kentucky. I don't think I've seen a Tennessee yet, which I find is odd. There's a Texas. But there's quite a few states represented. I think there's a North Carolina to my right. Utah, oh my goodness, Utah. But they have a really good area to park here. It's just a 1-lane driveway, but people do their best to be patient with each other. It's one of our favorite places to stop each year.
It's definitely one of the biggest ones
that we come across on our path.
Okay, we're about to the road, so we'll check in later. Alright, lunchtime. We brought us some lunch from home. We got some tuna. Rita's got her a wrap, and I got me just a sandwich.
And there's a banana hiding over there too.
Yeah, I'll probably eat that banana too. You put it in the cooler to keep the tuna good and
Let
cold.
me show you how we did the tuna. I made it up at home, and I like mine with pickles and he doesn't, so I put them in separate bags in the cooler.
Alright, cold. She's got a Diet Dr. Pepper. So it's lunchtime. Alright, there's usually a yard sale there at the
Danville Fairgrounds.
fairgrounds, but the
wasn't one last year because we thought because of COVID. Apparently there's not one this year because of COVID, I guess, or maybe they just quit having it. I don't know. Nothing there.
You can voice over.
And here's what we found at this setup here. Rita's favorite entertainer, Ronnie Millsap. Got two of him. These are 8 tracks, if you didn't know. And this is a Police, just a rock band. I'm not sure if it's valuable or just an old throwaway 8 track. But anyway, that's what we found. We're done for today. Thursday's yard sailing's over, so we're turning in here at Lake Cumberland. We're going to spend the night, and it's about 5 miles to the lodge
On a very, very curvy road. Did I say very, very
Yeah.
curvy road? It is.
Right, reminds me when we went to Biltmore, it's about the same way. Alright, we're staying in a cabin, 505. And it should be right down here on the right. Yep, there it is. 505.
Well, it's 7:41 here. We are up and at 'em, ready to get started on day 2 of the Highway 127 yard sale. It's really low over there.
This is a Wolf Creek Dam here at Lake Cumberland. And last time we was here, that water was up probably to that road area down there, close to it. All right, on our way this morning, and we're just going into Tennessee on Highway 127. Downtown Jamestown, Tennessee. This is the headquarters of the 127 yard sale.
Yes.
I guess they
Over to the
started.
right there's a sign that might flash that says the official headquarters of
Oh yeah, I see
the
it.
yard sale.
Yeah.
127 corridor.
That's the
Your church bells.
that's a courthouse. Yeah.
1 o'clock bells.
Actually, 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock here, yeah. Well, we are south of Jamestown, Tennessee. One of our favorite stops, which is the Jordan Motel. Lots of vendors under these trees. And hopefully we might find a deal or two here.
Quite a few down in here.
All right, this is morning 3 of the Highway 127 yard sale. I slept pretty good. Daryl, did you sleep pretty good last night?
Better than the night before, yeah.
Yeah, me too. Maybe because it was a strange place, maybe because we had walked a bunch, I don't know. But here we are, waking up in our cabin, and we decided to sit out here in the little screened-in porch this morning and listen to the birds. I've already heard a few boats out there on the lake. You can't see the lake from where we are real well because it is summertime, late summer or midsummer.
When the leaves are off, you might get a glimpse of some water down there.
Yeah. And there's a cabin immediately next to us. There's one up on the hill. And then there's 2 more over to my right. And I can see one out this window here, really close. And then there's another one just down the hill. But there's, I think, 10 cabins in this little area of the of this little road. Day 2 was very interesting. We went all the way down to Jamestown, Tennessee. Some things had changed down there in the way that they had set up their displays, or their vendor setups were different this year. And we ended up all the way down to the Jordan Motel, where we like to go also. And there was plenty of vendors. When you're going south, there usually were some on the right side at the junction of where the new Jamestown Road and the old Jamestown Road meet. This time they were on the east side instead of the east and the west side. But we had a good day. We had tuna fish for lunch again today, and we had Wendy's for supper in Russell Springs, and then some ice cream for dessert. And when we go through Paul Mall, Tennessee, there is the Alvin C. York State Park. And as we were coming around the corner, we could see that there were not any tents up on the right-hand side of the road where the fire department is and the park is. But over on the left-hand side, it was packed out with tents. So we go ahead and we park in the traditional state park parking lot and walk across the road. And Daryl starts up a conversation with one of the vendors, and come to find out, the community didn't want, or this is his side of the story, the vendor side of the story. The community didn't like having the vendors there, the traffic there. The state said that they could do it, but the county decided, nope, we're not going to have the setups anymore there. So apparently, according to this vendor that we talked to, the York family owns the property just across the road, and they said the vendors could set up there, and there was 15, 20 vendors set up there.
About all of them that were normally across at the park were across the road, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much that.
So it didn't solve a traffic problem at all.
No, so true. And then we all parked at the state park side, and even they have a nice parking lot at the state park, and then they also have where the vendors were set up and people were parking there also. So it made for more parking for the people across the road. And we stopped at the Forbes General Store area. It's at the bottom of a hill, just north of Pall Mall. And it was pretty nice there, but we didn't find anything that we needed to buy. And did you buy you did buy some state map or shell maps, right?
Yeah.
At the Alvin C. York.
Travel maps, the old travel maps from the 60s and 70s.
Right.
And I've got several of them that are shell, and we found 17, wasn't it? Yeah.
I believe it was. And why do we collect shell, or why are we into shell? It's because Daryl's grandpa used to have a shell station, and just like to keep it true to the roots there. And we stopped at a campground also in Tennessee, and there was maybe 15 to 20 setups there. I think we only bought one thing, and that was the Color Street nail strips for me that were brand spanking new from one of their sales folks.
And the last place we bought something was a tube tester, wasn't it, I think?
Yes.
On the way back.
And it was at Albany, just north of Albany, wasn't it?
And I'll show you a picture of that.
And my goodness, Albany, Kentucky, there was so many vendors on both sides of the road. They are really doing that one up right, and trying to draw a lot of people to stop there. But that was our day, and
Heading towards Lawrenceburg today.
Yeah, we're headed north on 127. So talk to you later.
And this is a overlook, looking down on the water here at Lake Cumberland. A lot of boats. A few people already out.
We're eating breakfast at Russell Springs, Kentucky at the McDonald's, and we wait in the drive-thru for quite a few minutes because it's backed up, place our order, ask for sodas. She says we can't do sodas, we're out of carbonation. Luckily, I thought to ask for a cup of ice, have my own soda, but this isn't the first time they've run out of something. Probably about 8 years ago, they ran out of hash browns and was serving French fries instead. So it's a real big challenge for these fast food places to keep in stock, especially during the 127 yard sale. So here's to the Diet Dr. Pepper and the cup of ice.
And there's the drive-thru. You see it's backed up all the way out to where you pull in. Busy place. They just don't have any carbonated beverages today, or not yet anyway. This is a place we stop at every year. Used to be a place right across the road here. There's an kind of an Amish community. And it just disappeared a few years ago. Now we know why. There's a Dollar General there, so I'm assuming they bought some property that was part of that and put in a Dollar General. So they just moved across the road. They sell baked goods and ice cream and
vegetables, whatever. On our way back north towards Lawrenceburg, and this is a big one in the field that I talked about previously. We stopped on Thursday, and you can see the traffic trying to get in and out. More traffic. There's a policeman, sheriff watching things. Well, that's all for the yard sale. We just got on the Bluegrass Parkway at Lawrenceburg, heading back to the house. We had a fun 3 days. We hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, and we'd love it if you would subscribe to our channel. Thanks.